107.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is your 3 p.m. news update on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Nicole Dookie. Good afternoon. A man was shot dead at a fruit stall in Cunupia on Thursday morning. He has been identified as Amar Hardeen, also known as Vinny. He lived at Madras Extension, Cunupia. Police said he was a priority offender. This country's chief immigration officer said the entry of illegal migrants is one of the biggest threats to the measures implemented to control the spread of COVID-19. And the United National Congress candidate for Oropouche East, Dr. Rudal Munilal, is claiming that government has secretly sold a point-of-view refinery to Patriotic Energies and Technologies Company Limited. Regionally, the COVID-19 count in the Bahamas is steadily increasing, with 37 new cases recorded on Wednesday. Internationally, two of Europe's leading car makers have reported steep losses for the first half of the year. And those were some of the stories making news at this time on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Look out for more of these and other stories in our major newscast at 4 p.m. I am Nicole Dookie. Good afternoon.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor CariCare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rosha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
on August 10th. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement. The following is a paid political announcement.
This is the voice of the PNM. On July 30th, tune into all major TV and radio stations, PNM's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel for our campaign broadcast. From 8 p.m.
PNM is the choice.
Feature address by Dr. Keith Rowley as he sets out the national plan for recovery, stability, and opportunity, and a powerful lineup of speakers.
It's the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the Bali's. Hey.
On July 30th, tune in, click, like, share, and July 31st, tune in for our community campaign meetup, streaming from La Hawketa. And on August 10th, vote PNM.
Voting PNM.
Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
7 minutes after the top of the hour, a hearty welcome to all our listeners and viewers on U975 FM. Thank you, Nicole, for the 3 p.m. news update. It's time for Politics 2020. Time to hear what you have to say. And there are many issues on the front burner. Women have always been a central part of either the PNM or the UNC political campaigns. You know, as I listened to the People's National Movement meeting last night, I realized that women form a rolling bandwagon to gain political points. Of course, the leader of the opposition also being a woman. What do you think about this? A woman being conveniently used on this bandwagon now that it's just 10 days away before general election. Another major issue making the headlines here as schools prepare for SEA. Experts weigh in on further protection against the coronavirus, against a second wave. There have also been evidence in research being conducted by the Johns Hopkins University that kids can spread the virus to adults. Initially, it was believed that children under the age of 10 cannot get this virus. Now the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they are recommending that schools reopen this fall, saying health risks should be weighed against the detriment of being kept at home, which impacts on low-income family and minority children, those children with disabilities who may rely on school programs like school lunches, school feeding program I'm speaking about, and after-school care. When those children are kept from school, their grades slip. Also, their mental and physical health suffers. Their key time to socialize are lost, and many of them are falling and failing behind on their routine vaccines. Children are suffering in different ways from adults. This is according to a recent research done by Megan Toscary, a pediatrician at the Johns Hopkins University, and you can catch it on the National Geographic website. We'll talk some more about this issue further down into the show. I expect after 5 p.m. to have in conversation with me Dr. Indira Sajiwan, a political analyst. If time permits, she will be on the show today, if not tomorrow. We will also try to interview a couple of the candidates on their way campaigning. I see that the poll that have been commissioned by the Trinidad Guardian, that has been criticized by many on several other media houses. They are saying that Moruga leans to the PNM, and whichever party holds on to Moruga Tablan, that usually is a party that makes its way to Whitehall. Although, notably, Winston Gypsy Peters is not very much favored. The party is favored. Both candidates are perceived as uncaring towards people. That is the UNC candidate, Michelle Benjamin, and Winston Gypsy Peters, which is a surprise. We'll go through this poll into some detail. There are some pie charts here presented about how popular they are, what do the residents dislike about them, and the voting intentions of the public. But what struck me very much was the fact of how many of the people there are undecided. Who are going to win the hearts of those that are undecided? Well, you can call me in and tell me, as this caller here. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Anne. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Hello.
And after listening to the 3 p.m. news,
yes,
I get to understand that Mariona Brown said it will not make sense locking down this country for the second wave of COVID-19.
Yes.
That draws a question to me. Meaning to say that when we had imported cases, this country shut down for 3 months and a little bit more. And now that we have sporadic spread, is it that the money from the Heritage and Civilization Fund is gone? Is it that money that was sent in by other countries of organization in this country has finished? And today now, the present ministries in this country is putting the lives of Trinidad and Tobago citizens for what? Livelihood? Or is it lives that they're trying to save? Because COVID-19, and I keep saying it again, it is real. I listened to a person from United National Congress, Dr. Kenrick, on his program this morning where he said, yes, the United National Congress and the candidates are wearing their masks and canvassing, and I'm seeing on Facebook, pages on Facebook where that is not true.
Well, I am also seeing the same thing.
So then I can say, Brian Big, you're not telling the population the truth.
I am seeing the political leader in a women's luncheon on Sunday. A women's luncheon
and
at Achievers Hall without a mask, laughing away.
And I get to understand something about COVID-19.
The evidence is there.
The evidence is there. One of my customers...
You know, pictures tell 1,000 words, huh?
Since last year, or October, they had water in their lungs. And they had fever. They lost taste of food and stuff. And those are signs and
yes, COVID. Actually, I did a little bit of research here from the Johns Hopkins University.
Today, every single citizen in this country is supposed to be afraid. Let me say it again. Today, every single citizen in this country, young, old, and intend to be old,
your whole body operation, Larry, changes.
Right?
The operation of your entire system will change.
Exactly. And I am listening now that this government in office say that they care for people. And we had imported cases where the country was locked down, and now that we have community spread, and they are finding out how it reached here because the borders were open. This one ended up with that one, maybe doing...
Well, you know, the CMO had no choice but to admit it because the evidence is there.
They will not admit it, Anne.
Well, he did. He did say it came from imported cases.
Right, but they will not... No, they said there's a possibility. Right? I wonder if the dog that came into the country brought it in. That's a question I'm asking myself. But on a better note, I am saying this again. Candidates right now and parties right now are not studying COVID-19. Let's put that across the board. That is true. They're not studying COVID-19. All they're studying is to win and tit for tat. Right? And you know who's going to suffer? And let me tell you who's going to suffer. You see how you just suffer with asthma and wheezing?
Yes.
And I just suffer with asthma and wheezing?
But that is what I'm afraid of.
That is who's going to feel it. Because the government and the authorities said wear mask or wear face shield and people not...
They are not adhering to it.
And on top of that, we had the Sahara dust that make it even worse.
Were you
But
affected
today,
yesterday with that heavy gust of wind that came? I swear there was Sahara dust in the
Let
air.
me say this to you this afternoon.
My
here.
sinus irritate me all night.
I know your favorite caller like to lash out when I speak, Mr. Eric. Many of my clients who I deal with on a daily basis tell me personally today they are not sending their children back to school. They told me that because they're afraid that their child or children
Will be put at risk.
Exactly. And I'm asking myself the question now. This Minister of Health, this Minister of Education, together with the CMO, do they really understand what is taking place in this country right now? We have people going about their business as normal. Bars open, people linemen, Venezuelan linemen and bars serving, laughing and whining and whatever, everything. But nobody's studying COVID-19 really. I wonder if you and your program and your co-host and your program and stuff could start to share some links from CNN for people to understand what is happening in the world, first world countries. We're a third world country here. Our health system is not perfect. Are we really ready to face an epidemic? Are we ready for a disaster? And I worry you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Continue staying tuned in to U975 FM. You're locked on to Politics 2020 with yours truly, Ann Dookie, until the 6 p.m. hour. In the current context of the COVID-19 pandemic, right, people are also missing the ball that there's a seasonal increase in dengue. Yes, there is a seasonal increase in dengue. According to PAHO, that is the Pan-American Health Organization, in their latest report, they have indicated that for both the population at large and health service providers who would be responding to these emergencies, the situation is quite worrisome. Right? There's areas where there's high vulnerabilities in communities that rare and is known for being induced with mosquitoes and so on. Factors that may influence the response of this is the COVID-19 pandemic have increased this, right? And as the Minister of Health said yesterday in the press conference that citizens are not telling the truth, they are not reporting the truth, the Pan American World Organization have also indicated that one of the main factors is that the possibility of underreporting of both dengue and COVID-19 cases. And there's an exhaustion of healthcare services because patients opt not to go to the healthcare services. They rather stay at home. There's delayed medical consultation in these cases with warning signs. I will read out some of the warning signs in a bit. There's a focus of the healthcare services on COVID-19 response mainly, and the issue of dengue is slipping people's mind. Call me in on 636-7547 227-5739 if you know of any issues regarding the issue of coronavirus and the dengue infection that could spread also throughout the country. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Yes, Eric, I could tell you are listening.
Well, let me just say this to you. As far as I know, COVID-19 does not wear political clothes. It does not wear red or yellow.
Or green.
And every parent, every individual has a right to determine what is best for their children. The last caller was talking about keeping his children away. He has my full support. Because the last time I know somebody rose from the dead, it was a fella called Lazarus 2,000 years ago. And if your child died in the morning, no prime minister, no leader of the opposition, nobody could bring back your child. And you must determine what is best safety and security for your child. In fact, let me tell you something else. I am fully in favor of us using this opportunity presented by COVID-19 to train our children in IT so that they can have that access, what you call the remote access to learning, so that they would gain a new skill in learning during this time that we don't have a vaccine for COVID-19. Do you know that there are some schools in this country and that carry as much as 3,000 children at one point in time?
Yes.
You put one child in there and that child sneezes. You know what happens? Our healthcare system cannot deal with that. And I am fully in favor of people determining what is best for their children because nobody can bring back your child for you. I have made that point ad nauseum. I mean, I am appalled by the type of irresponsibility of the opposition with this. They've been talking all kind of nonsense about people dying and the government they're reporting and they wouldn't bring back people from abroad. All type of nonsense when you are dealing with a life and death situation. Right? Imagine the leader of the opposition making statement that sunlight could kill the virus and all kind of nonsense like that. And you want to be prime minister? Let me tell you something. We need responsibility at this point in time. We need to listen to our medical professionals who we've been paying. We train them. They went to study on our money and taxpayers' dollars. They're now working in the public sector. We need to listen to them and we need to ensure that we follow the two guidelines in relation to this matter in order to preserve life. Nobody can bring back your life. And let me tell you something else. All of those persons who have been unfortunate to have contracted COVID-19, the doctors have said that there is a continuing risk for them even though they have recovered. Because it has done such damage to their system, it makes them susceptible to all sorts of diseases in the future. Right? So at the end of the day, sir, you must determine what's best for your children, and you have my full, total, and complete support for that system. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Let me just inform our listeners there. This was released by the Pan American World Health Organization. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that causes illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as MERS, that is Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, right? And SARS-CoV, which is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. Now, there's a new strain of coronavirus, which is a respiratory virus that spread primarily from person to person through small droplets from the nose or mouth, but which doesn't travel very far. These droplets, when expelled from person to person, when a person coughs, sneezes or speaks, these droplets are relatively heavy, therefore they don't travel very far. They may drop just in front of the person. So you could be in close proximity to someone to be infected with it. It doesn't travel very far because it is heavy. People can catch COVID-19 if they breathe in these droplets from a person infected with the virus. That is some information courtesy PAHO, the Pan American World Health Organization. 636-7547, 227-5739. You can continue to call in before we take a short commercial break. When we return, much more on Politics 2020. We'll be analyzing that Moruga seat. What are the likes and dislikes of it?
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations. Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it stuff for you into the morning. Tune in. Log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
I have journeyed.
Greeting in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, sign my name, sign my name with a golden. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name with a PNM pen, a PNM pen, a PNM pen. How will you sign my name with a PNM pen? We vote in PNM. Hey, super. Springy water, red. Blessings from the higher, red. The sweetness here, red. Sprinkle everywhere, red. Well, your body's a hair, red. Don't you come to ice,
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Welcome back to Politics 2020 to all our listeners and viewers who have called during the commercial break. You are free to call now. Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Triple D.
Hello, Mr. Triple D.
Last night, when I dream, I don't play with ending, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes
me too.
I don't share my marks to friends and then we did win.
Really? You must share some with me.
Honestly. So last night, I dreaming how I go in Waterloo.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw this guy sitting inside the road and crying.
Right.
So I asked a guy, I said, who's this fella? He said, a fella called Eric. So
Seriously?
I said, what are you crying for? He said, boy, Waterloo, PNM lost.
Oh my.
That's a dream, eh?
Yes,
so I
yes.
said him how they want marks to play. I really don't. I don't know what mark to play. Eric could play from 1 to 36, but I know which number to play.
Well, play crying. You dream you cry. He crying.
how maybe one mark again the class. I don't want marks to play, boy. What to play here?
All right.
Anyway,
don't infuriate the man.
That is
Go ahead.
Dream, right?
How is the water situation in your area?
Good.
You're getting water now?
Which election could be every month, could be everything.
Right.
Road go paved, this go paved.
Is there paving going on in that area?
Pardon?
Is there paving going on in that area?
No. If you pass by Palmis Park there, right? It's a one-way lane. Like if you go to San Fernando, you have to use the right side, not the left side. It's the worst thing. God damn it. Anyway, enjoy your evening.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Triple D. 636-7547-227-5739. On WhatsApp, you could also text in your comments on 3784975. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi. I was listening to your program here.
Yes.
I just like I believe I could go back to the competition for just a second. What happened is I realized that we have a problem with our borders as regards to Venezuela.
It being locked down, yes. It's not secured.
But what I feel that add to that is if Venezuelans are getting licensed to drive.
Oh, you are seeing them driving?
I live in Princess Town and I am telling you that Venezuelans are getting licensed to drive. So this will make it easier for them to move around the country without any problem. And secondly, I say you touch on this is as regards to the parties using people for convenience.
Yes.
Now, when I like to say that by betraying something, I feel it has betrayed others from one party to the next.
Well, that is why I said political parties. I didn't name any one particular party.
Yeah, yes,
I said for elections, this is the norm.
because like I could point to a gentleman by the name of Clarence Rambert. A son who has been a vocal who has working hard in the agriculture sector. You understand? But what I like to say is I don't think it's like before. I think parties parties are making an effort to find people who are grounded in certain areas and to also find experienced people who have a certain amount of integrity. And what I would like to advise the UNC is to start to hold their leaders accountable. Start to don't give up pass just because it's just for the yellow seat. Because certain leaders would not be leaders if certain integrity and things were standing behind across the board. And this will bring all the best in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, thank you for your call, sir. Good afternoon, welcome.
Hi, and good afternoon. Dan, and I just want to touch on something here, right? I remember long ago, the government used to have people going around and they used to go like construction sites and all these things and investigate people to see who is outsiders and how they're coming here.
Of course.
Thing, right?
Yes.
And
we don't see that again today.
Why we don't do that? Why they don't do that with the Venezuelans? So you will get to know who is here legal
and who is here illegal. Of course, and who is here illegal, they should stamp them and send them back.
Put them back in our boat just how they came and send them back. And that is how we can be able to clean up the country with these Venezuelans, because as the guy just said just now, they're driving, they're working, they're all over. So
well, I will have to do some investigation into that. I will have to call someone. Maybe tomorrow I'll call someone I know in licensing office and see how that is possible.
When they was building the Twin Towers, right, they used to see bus with a curtain pulling up down there, and they're picking up bus load of people and sending them back home, like Guyanese, Canadian, Vincentian, and all these things, and these people all over. So I sure we start picking them up and looking to do an investigation. See the documents.
They don't have to look far. They are everywhere. They are everywhere.
Yeah, and trust me, it will be a time it will come when they can't get no means or incomes, nothing. They will start to do wrong things too. You understand? Because they had to live. So that's all I did. I just wanted to find out why they can't do that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Ms. Ann.
Yes.
I don't, for want of not being repetitive with respect to this COVID-19, I don't think that, I'm not seeing the kind of leadership in this country with respect to dealing with the recent spike.
The community spread.
Community spread. I am not seeing any urgency on the part of the powers that be. Like, business as usual. Because last night I watched on the television, the news, and I saw people being very cavalier about, without masks and all that.
Yes, well, the population have that attitude, eh?
Yeah, but the point about it, you need leadership. If you have a house and you're a parent in a house, you need leadership in the house so children would conform. In America, you had New York, you had leadership in that of Cuomo, and they were able to reduce the incident. You lacked leadership in Donald Trump and all the other Republican states. What happened? It went up.
So let me ask you something. The Minister of Health, he said the public refusing to cooperate the virus. They have been unable to trace the drive, right? You think he's just making an excuse?
No, well, listen what I'm saying. If you lead in, and if you manage the Ministry of Health, this is why you are there. That is why you have developed and underdeveloped countries. They have to find ways. They have the technical people there. They have the people in the ministry. They have to find ways and means to heal that, to combat that. That is what they're there for. You have to go outside the box. You have to be creative. You can't just tell me people that come in there. You have to find ways to get to them and to conduct your tests. So what you could do, just sit down and tell me every day, we have people that come in and no, that's not what is done. You have to find creative ways, and it is done in England. You see, if you follow in the COVID, how they dealt with the crisis in England, in Germany, right? These people think out of the box. They're very creative. They don't drop back and say, well, nobody ain't coming, and they ain't this, and they ain't that, and you crying. No, you have to find ways and means to get things done. That is what you're there for. That is what you're being paid for. All right? And don't just come and complain about people ain't coming here and people ain't... No. That is not it. That is what you have to do. That's what you're being paid to do. And I'm saying, if you look at Port of Spain, if you look... I spoke the last time about the people traveling in taxis and maxis and whatnot, and they're all up under each other.
And not adhering to the guidelines.
What guidelines? The government put any guidelines there? What this government is...
Well, they didn't make it law.
Well, no,
but there have been a call for it to be made law.
Prior to the community spread, they did not tell people, taxi drivers, they say three persons in
Yes, and then the Prime Minister, when he opened up back everything, he said it's back to normal. What he should have done is revert back to 4 persons in a taxi.
Right, because you have community spread now.
Yes.
And they're not doing anything about it. They're not saying anything about it because they don't want to pay the people the money. So what they're waiting for, they're waiting until after the 10th or 11th or they win the election, and then they may revert it.
Or is it that the Prime Minister don't want to look bad in the eyes of the people? So, he allowed them to work their taxi, ram-cram, without caring for the health of the people.
You have to think about what is the need now. What is your need? What is critical here now? The critical thing is to protect people from contracting.
Of course, if there's community spread, then
that is priority.
They should ban in-house dining too.
Because the thing about it here is that you have a weak health system. We know that. And we know for a fact that the non-communicable diseases, we have a high incidence of it. So the fact, if this thing gets into the community here, with people with their problems and whatnot, the underlying problems, it wipe out the whole damn place. So the fact remains is that when you had imported, where there was no community spread, you took those measures. Now is when you need those measures. Not a word about that. That is highly irresponsible. That is neglect. That is gross neglect on the part of any government. What you telling me? So people sit down in a maxi there, you with your child, they put your child on you and you on to somebody next door, and the spread, you don't know whether in fact the child could be infected. And if the child is infected, pass it on to the parent. They go home, grandmother, all them. I don't understand what's going on here, So I'm saying that they're lacking leadership. And people let people talk. They don't listen. That is not the world, You need to, it's a globalized world now, and you have, cable and whatnot. You look at what is happening in America, you look at what's happening in England, what is happening in Germany, and you see development because the disease is evolving, and you're informed, you educate yourself, you enlighten yourself. You wait on those people every day to come and talk nonsense for you. Right? I know that is what they're doing there is not right because I am not focused here. They can't do not what they tell me around with it. I listen to what is happening internationally and what is happening here too, and I'm able to make an informed decision and conclusion as to what is taking place, whether it's right and whether it's wrong. And they need to show leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. If you were listening, listeners, to what I had read about what PAHO said about the new strain of the virus, how the droplets are heavy. They are heavy in nature, so they do not have to be spread very far for a person to get infected. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Hello.
In our street, right? Every day, there's just a set of bunnies walking all over the place. That is why I want to say something now. That's why on August the 10th, let us make a change. Right? Let us get a new leadership first. Right now, I hear the sympathy virus spreading, and we don't know, it's only set up when he's coming, and I find it so wrong. Any man only saying about what Kamala do, what she shouldn't do, what she should do, all kind of stupidness I hear in the radio. This is ridiculous. And when is Brother's Day?
It's in August. I don't have the date before me. I could get it and announce it on the air for you. I have it on my phone and records. It's early about the second week in August.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, take care. You're asking when is Raksha Bandhan. I will get the date and announce it for you. Good afternoon.
Good evening. I'm calling from Bukau.
Hello.
Yeah, I say I'm calling from Bukau.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Right. we have a lot of callers who is criticizing the Venezuelans and all this sort of thing. And I would sort of want to comment some of them. I'm not saying all of them. Yesterday I had the opportunity of watching one of them working at a straightening garage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's 50% of the trainers cannot do the good job that man is doing. I don't know what is his pay. I didn't ask.
But some of them work very hard, eh?
And they're not working hard now. They're working super hard. The rain, when the heavy wind and things started to blow yesterday, the man working on the car. He never moved to go and shelter. He take that vision that is beaten into the garage and continue to work in the car. I think my at Trinidad, it was me, I would have moved away.
But I'm not against those that come here and work hard and earn a living, eh? Those that come in our borders illegally and you don't know what virus or disease they are coming with. Those are the ones.
I agree with what you are saying. But they never protected the borders from many
in the
years.
beginning, yes.
Yeah, and they cannot do it now. Because remember, right through around Trinidad is only water. They can come in anywhere. Right?
Well, they're over, I keep announcing there are over 150 ports of entry.
Right. So how you could really check?
Well, that is why you need an active maritime unit in the police, within the police service. Why doesn't the government restart the maritime police?
But they used to have the...
Yes, we used to.
Many years
back. And that was shut down.
Yeah. Because you see...
Besides the Coast Guard, we had the maritime police.
Right. But that wouldn't happen again. That wouldn't happen because the kind of politician we're getting now is not the one maybe in the white people data. The main issue why I bring up this point, I also have a family who is in America and illegal 20 years, 25 years, 10 years, 15 years, who went to better themselves. Some of them got the papers, some of them still didn't get the papers and all these sort of things. They hiding and working. And if America really send back all of them, America would fall because these are the people who really take care of many of their people there and all these sorts of things. It's a similar situation on the both sides. I mean, it have its advantage and it have its disadvantage, right? I think the Venezuelan is doing a better job, although there's a lot of them is in little skullduggery and little banditry and all. Hey, you would get that like too. You have Trinidad to go away and do the same damn thing. So it's no difference between this one and that one. Yeah, we were talking about the taxi cars and all these sort of things. We should go back to the 4 passengers.
Yes.
And if those days when they had 4 passengers, they raised the price, which was $5 to go to Cuba, and they raised it to $7. When they get back all the passengers, the price still $7.
It remained.
Yeah, I find it wrong.
That is ridiculous. It is absolutely wrong. Well,
yeah, but,
yes, in the area where I live, they had raised their prices by maybe about 3 times. That's in Princestown.
Yeah, look on Pfizer back. Come to San Fernando. They never drop it back. I think we should be reasonable enough and drop it back because you are not putting pressure.
Well, yeah, that's why there's an association. The association is supposed to look after that.
Yeah, but they wouldn't drop down that price. If you're not to say anything that go up, don't come down. You got to pay more for it at the end of the day. It's not a situation with that. I'm looking at the politicians them now. I find it to deal with more about the issue instead of mobilizing people as I go to Camille up on Swedges, mobilizing the leader of the opposition. It takes ladies to yourself and takes you up to yourself. I like to listen to my opponent all the time, so I'll get an idea of what they are saying and all this sort of thing. I think politicians should be telling people what you are going to do for the people of Trinidad and Tobago in this next hard 5 years that we have to go through before our next election. But no, they are not doing that. They're going back to the same long time mobilizing thing. Mobilizing you for this and a bad talk, you for that and saying this, what you do. No, let me hear what they are going to do. Let me hear how you're going to make this place a better place. Let me hear what it is you're going to do about crime. All of them is speaking about agriculture right now. And you watch when this budget come up, agriculture would not place in number 1, number 2, or number 3 come into finance. You would never see them in that 1, 2, 3 bracket. But all now they're trying to fool the people and tell them about agriculture. That wouldn't happen. They would put back all the money in national insecurity. I didn't say security, insecurity. Because they're spending all that money and no security. every day getting more criminals. Court matters are finishing. Court matters taking 20 and 30 years to done. It would never issue. So I think the politicians and them this last week should go and tell the people really what they want to do, and you will get more people who really decided, well, look here what happened. This politician is saying what he's going to do and not what the previous one did, and who didn't get water and who didn't. As one of them in Queenstown of the PNM said, they said 39 years they ain't get no water. If she gets into power, she would give them water. But PNM won the country for 29 years. UNC only won the, and the People Partnership only did it for 10. So why it is that within that 29 years they didn't put the water in Queenstown? If they feel they could fool the people with them kind of stupid stuff, they can't fool them with that again. She will get a severe curtailing down in Queenstown. I thank you ever so much for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Bocaro. Well, to the lady who called in and asked when his brother's day, it's August 3rd. And my contact and licensing officer say with money, anything is possible. So you can read from that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. I call back again. I don't see any restrictions so people calling already.
Pardon?
I call back again. I don't know if you have any restrictions for people who calling already.
Go ahead.
I see you talk about the petroleum and
the maritime borders, yes.
Yes. And I like to ask you, well, if you was in charge, what kind of mention I get to put patrolling maritime borders?
Well, right now, as it stands, they have 12 vessels from Damon Shipyard that are parked up and not being used.
No, they reach the building.
What did you say, sir?
12.
Yes.
Okay.
Last Friday, I presented that in an investigative report I did. Each one of the vessels, what they comprise of, their speed, how many knots they can go, and all of that.
Which one is?
They are parked up in Chagaramas.
12 vessels are parked up now in Chagaramas?
Yes, sir. They are not being used.
Okay.
And they can be used for patrol. They are capable of that.
All right.
I also spoke with maritime expert Harry Ragunanan, who confirmed my point.
And the ones that Brazil has, that we return, that Brazil is right now, those were better to use. They cannot stay longer on the shore, on the offshore.
I don't have that information.
But what I'm saying is, when I before, let's talk about new leadership. New leadership, whether like a Vassal Barrett or a Fuad Khan, you know, I just say new leadership has to be new leadership, not. You understand?
Okay, so make your point. We have to go to a commercial break.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks. 6367547. When we return, continue to call in and to text in on 3784975. Let us take a short commercial break. Coming up at 4 p.m. is your 4 p.m. broadcast with Nicole Dookie.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations. Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it stuff for you into the morning. Tune in. Log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, sign my name, yeah. With a golden. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name with a PNM pen, a PNM pen, a PNM pen. How will you sign my name with a PNM pen? We vote in PNM. Hey, super. Red, springy water. Red, blessings from the higher. Red, the sweetness here. Red, sprinkle everywhere. Red, when your body say hey. Red, when you come to ice say.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back to Politics 2020. To all our viewers on RCLU 975, also welcome back to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Ms. Duki, good afternoon.
Hello.
Ms. Duki.
Yes, I'm hearing.
When the PNM came into office, they met $11 billion in foreign reserve. Right now, we're down to 6. They sign away $5 billion with a golden pen. Ms. Duki, they met $6 billion in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. They take on they sign off nearly $2 billion summit with a golden pen. They give Mr. Arwari $61 million for his house in Alexander Street with a golden pen. They spend $20 million in a house in Tobago for the Prime Minister. They sign off that with a golden pen. $50 million for the Prime Minister residence to complete his book from Basin Hall to Whitehall with a golden pen. And the list goes on and on. $3 million for Casabon painting for the Prime Minister with a golden pen. $3 million to fix golf course in Tobago, in Shagaramas, in Chaguaras, all done with a golden pen, Ms. Duki. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 636-7547. Continue to call us in. If you're referring to the ad, that is the PNM ad. The people pay for their ads. 636-7547-227-5739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Duki.
Hello.
I just want to reply to my partner, Mr. Bucaro. I know you're concerned just like me, Mr. Bucaro. But when Camille Robinson, the PNM candidate, talk about Kamala and her habits, I ain't going to repeat what they say, so on. That is something coming from a long time ago, you know, from 2010, 2015, and throughout the campaign. Yet, she is the leader of this party. They're not trying to change UNC vote much, you know. She's sending the message and the PNM candidate to their supporters, seat for seat. Everybody knows it is stuck in PNM favor race because of Eric Williams and Hebride. And once they could get their people to support them and don't cross the floor, they okay with that. And Kamala, on the other hand, know she have a mark over she head, but yet like that doesn't bother her. You never win an election against Keith Rowley, or you get 20,000 people to vote for you in an election, so you is the captain again. But is that putting UNC anyway? That was the closest it reaches to draw. And when you look at the demise of quality politicians, they should take over the UNC. Where the UNC headed? We only had to hope that we could win this election. Ramesh Maharaj, best attorney general in this country. The only time Faris Arwari was stopped in the parliament with a bill is through Ramesh. The rest of them, UNC lawyers, they can't stop nothing. The whole of the COP, distance yourself from Kamala. Look at the politicians outside. I just throw such a few names like Dokaran and Botiwari, Prakash Ramana. So you have to go it alone, Bokaro, but just make up your mind to receive anything you get. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Continue to call us in 636-7547 227-5739. Remember, coming up at 4 p.m. is your 4 p.m. major newscast with Nicole Duki. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi. Something is called heritage in our country. It is the last call I just called the top. This is what I was saying. This is the kind of way we have to be as should be good. We have to go forward, you know. You understand? We have to put our leaders at a different standard. Nobody perfect, you know. You have to see what people stand for and what they stand for. And yesterday, everybody was, I don't want to use that. Everybody was the color silver. Only this is what we word silver. If everybody was the color silver, the country will be better, you know. Because certain people will not give it up. They will put the self out of as leaders. You understand? But like I said, you're going to talk about a poll, right? This is something in the papers and you see, right? The ML election poll finds to dislike. And you don't continue to read the rest of the paragraph and the rest of the article. Everybody will get that different meaning. When you read the rest of the article, this is not saying, people have to be a little more, I don't want to say the debate, you know, but they have to be a little more in depth and expect a little different. This kind of poll is for the way to be clear and according to the last poll, you have to have a certain leadership kind of policy this year. Like incident kind of thing I give. And I'm a physician, and I can tell you about specific physician. What about the water problem? So there's some representation that of the poll. It was still in the it was still not from the area. That's the last part. They were from the
So you can shift your location, we are losing you.
Hello?
Yes, shift your location, we are not hearing you properly.
Yeah. Mr. Subhash Pandey, you can see every evening Mr. Subhash Pandey has walked the area. Mr. Subhash Pandey know the area. The Pandeys and them, Michaela Pandey are good. Look at this kind of people to decide. I am not a US people, so but you just see leadership quality and then you train these things aside because you want puppets, you want people who you could control. Okay?
Thank you. 636-7547 227-5739. We have just about 2 minutes again to take in calls. I was reading the PAHO report for our listeners out there, and do you know that within the region, not just Trinidad and Tobago, but there's an exhaustion of the specialized care beds, right? So what would happen if we truly have a pandemic in this country? Also, the laboratory is overloaded for confirmation of severe cases because of lack of supplies for virologic surveillance. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Elizabeth. How are you doing?
Very well.
I have a few points I want to make quickly here.
Yeah, quickly. We have to go to the 4 p.m. news in 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
I want to raise the issue the deputy political leader, Nafiza Mohammed, who resigned recently from the PNM. I think they should have, all the Mohammeds should have get out from the PNM several years ago. You know, because Uncle Idris Kamarudin Mohammed was a foundation member of the PNM. And when Dr. Ekwer had passed away, the man in line supposed to be Prime Minister of this country was Kamaruddin Mohammed. Because he was an East Indian, they didn't want to take him and they said that we are ready for Indian yet. But that's the treatment the Indian gets from the PNM many years ago, and they can't see it. The people supporting the PNM, they can't open their eyes and see the amount of money spent in this country, and nothing has been done. They take away the school grants, they take away the laptop, they take away practically everything. And they're suffering people and they still want to get into power. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Let us go to the 4 p.m. newscast now. It's top of the hour. After continuing next is Politics 2020.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice.
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 4 p.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Nicole Dookie. Good afternoon. The entry of illegal immigrants is one of the biggest threats to the measures implemented to control the spread of COVID-19. This is according to Chief Immigration Officer Charmaine Gandhi Andrews. She made the statement on Wednesday at a Caribbean Community Virtual Security Conference on migration and mobility in times of crisis. Gandhi Andrews said the Immigration Division of the Ministry of National Security is working with the Ministry of Health to detect arriving immigrants in this country. National Security Minister Stuart Young has gone mad. This is the sentiment echoed by United National Congress candidate for Oropouche East, Rudal Munilal. Munilal was speaking at a campaign meeting in Soledad Road last night. He was responding to statements made by Minister Young. During an interview with members of the media on Wednesday, Minister Young tied the opposition to human trafficking.
Human trafficking. The opposition is benefiting by that. Opposition involved in that. The way you mean, Rudal Munilal going down to Sejwas and kidnapping people? That is the fella. That fella deserves to be picked up by men in white coats from St. Anne's Mental Institution. And wrong side jacket. He should be in a padded room, safely tucked away to protect him from harming himself. He gone off, I think he gone mad.
Dr. Munilal, however, defended the Kamla Prasad Bisasal-led administration, saying that the issue of human trafficking was in fact dealt with.
They want change, they want something. So one, I don't have to contemplate not winning this seat. Right? We are going to win the seat. We are working hard to win this. We are not winning the seat because of dreaming and are doing creative visualization. We are winning the seat because we are working very, very hard, and the whole campaign has taken on an energy of its own in terms of the movement.
NACTA said its polls show that right now, almost 2/5 of the electorate will not vote in the upcoming elections. It said that this year's election may hold a record of lowest enthusiasm about voting. According to NACTA, this is due to the rejection of candidates from both the People's National Movement and the United National Congress. Nevertheless, the minor parties only have 3% population support from voters, and 8% of the voters are undecided over who they will support. NACTA reiterated that the excitement level for this election is perhaps the lowest in history. This is the findings revealed by the latest NACTA poll released earlier today. The young people of La Joquita Talparo want change. This was the view expressed by United National Congress candidate for the area, Jolene John. She also expressed confidence in her victory at the polls on August 10th.
They want change, they want something. So one, I don't have to contemplate not winning this seat. Right? We are going to win this seat. We are working hard to win this. We are not winning the seat because of dreaming and are doing creative visualization. We are winning the seat because we are working very, very hard, and the whole campaign has taken on an energy of its own in terms of the movement.
Ms. John assisted the young men and women in the community with their agricultural program. This program is called Project Hope. She said it has helped to change the attitudes of the young people in the community.
But should I not win, I will still support them. I've always supported people. When I've supported people, my name is called, whether in the parliament or on all kind of press conference, by folks with no sense in their head and no empathy in their heart, and saying that Jolene John walking up and down with criminals. I don't know who is the criminal. I don't ask anybody for the record. But people should know better when with access. They go on their police people's record and embarrass them. And they end up on the front page of newspaper as if people don't need redemption and to be restored. If somebody wants to do better, let us be facilitatory and help them to do better, because that will help all of us in Trinidad and Tobago, the crime rate will go down. La Horquetta today is a model in what is possible.
The total number of positive COVID-19 cases in Trinidad and Tobago stands at 157. This comes as the country has recorded yet another case of the virus. This is according to the Ministry of Health in its 10 a.m. update. The release also stated that 2 more persons have been discharged from the Cora Hospital. You are listening to the 4 p.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's time now to take a look at regional and international developments. Regionally, the COVID-19 count in the Bahamas is steadily increasing. 37 new cases were recorded on Wednesday. This brought the total number of confirmed cases to 484. The youngest person to test positive for COVID-19 is a 14-year-old girl. In an attempt to slow the spread of the virus, the government has prohibited all social activities and congregations. This includes sporting events, all social events, meeting of fraternal societies, private or social club gatherings, civics associations, and other organizations. Citizens and residents are allowed to exercise their immediate neighborhood with family members who live in the same address. Internationally, 2 of Europe's leading car makers have reported steep losses for the first half of the year. We hear more in this BBC report.
The French car maker Renault saw sales fall by 35% in the first half of the year. It made a net loss of €7.3 billion, a record for the company, although its performance was also weighed down by serious problems at its Japanese partner company Nissan. The German giant Volkswagen, meanwhile, saw sales fall 27% and made a net loss of just over €1 billion. In the UK, the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders said production of new cars fell 43% compared to the same period last year.
And that report was taken from the BBC. Before we go, we take a look at the weather forecast. For the period this afternoon until tonight, Trinidad, Tobago, and the remainder of the Lesser Antilles will experience hot and sunny conditions, which will be interrupted by a few light to moderate showers. There is a medium chance of heavy afternoon thunder showers and thunderstorms. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a few showers and the odd one becoming heavy at times. Street or flash flooding and gusty winds are likely in the event of heavy downpour. Seas are moderate with waves 1.5 meters to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 29 degrees Celsius. And this brings us to the end of the 4 p.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Stay tuned for another newscast at 6 p.m. I am Nicole Dookie. Good afternoon.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Leisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Sheikh Leisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Sheikh Leisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations. Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor CariCare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS GMS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters, and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax, and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BT-Sino, Leviton, and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia. Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited. Canupia. Electric. Call 665.
If I lie, ask Kamal about the Bacana
Canupia.
Convention.
Electric. Call 665.
If I lie, ask Kamal Duck right there about the
Thank you, Nicole, for that 6 p.m. news update here on U975 FM. I see we have a message here. Just give me a second. Yes, the information I've received about the licensing office is that it depends on the status of the Venezuelan. That is, if the person enters through legal conditions, then there are certain type of license that they can seek. But if they are here illegally and money is passing under the table, well, who is there to question it? But my point is, why don't the police officers in charge check on these licenses? If you see your Venezuelan is not hard to detect. And if you see a Venezuelan driving a vehicle with a license, with a TNT license, surely you could check. And the issue the guy brought up with the maritime borders, and last Friday I had done a detailed program on that. The maritime borders, I called for the return of the maritime police. That was a section of the police service many years ago, right, which just went dry. And perhaps there's need or there's time to think about bringing that back. One person I see calling for it also is, I see Steve Alvarez, who is an independent candidate for Moruga. I will see if I can reach him a little later. He is also calling for return of the maritime police. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, welcome.
I wanted to ask you something about the PNM government. For 5 years, they never perform. And, Pandays always say performance beat old talk.
Anytime,
right?
Yes.
So, now 5 years they didn't perform. They want to open thing in Moruga. They want to open petrol train. Who they want to fool? Look, my son used to work ArcelorMittal.
Mm-hmm.
About 600 and something people never
they mothballed, yes.
Yeah, never get severance money. They work 20 years and 30 years and they never get no severance money. And then people go show them with their finger right now. All them people who lost a job go show them with their finger right now. And in my book, look, for 5 years they never raised old age pension. Kamala raised old age pension and she offers twice by $500. $500  2 times. And up to now, 5 years, they never raised old age pension, and they want to get people votes. In my book, Kamala Prasad Visesa is the best prime minister ever this country ever seen. Because the kind of thing she did, fix roads, fix people's roof, give them money to buy fridge and stove and all kind of things. This government, no way. And they want to win only a set of lies. You know what the Bible say? All liars will have their part in the lake of fire.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, son.
Hello.
There's one thing I want to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give this project in Murga to a contractor who do even have a backhoe.
I don't know that, sir.
No, I'm telling you because there's evidence to prove. I personally went and talked about it. But because it's all PNM, they give this man this job.
We don't want to go into the detail of the contract.
No, not detail. I mean, it's simple. Anybody can go and check online. The company don't have not even a backhoe, but they got $50-something million.
But that is not the issue.
The issue is who they get it from. They get it from the PNM government. They get it from UNC. And they say UNC corrupt. From the man.
636-7547-2275739. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, there is only one choice for this coming election, and it's the United National Congress. They have proven themselves not once but twice. In addition, they have only been there for 2 terms. Under Pandey, that would have been for 6 years, and then under Kamala Prasad for 5 years. The PNM has been there about 49 years. 49 years, and why is it that you see in their core support area the level of underdevelopment? Why? They have used those people conveniently. Listen, the delivery of goods and services under the United National Congress has been unprecedented throughout the country, not only concentrated in certain areas. Throughout the country, everybody got something, So I want to wish them all the successes in the elections on the 10th of August. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I was going into detail of the surprise in the Moruga table and seat. But let us hear this caller first. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Dookie, and to your listening audience.
Yes, welcome.
I just want to touch on 2 things, please. Firstly, I painstakingly heard the Prime Minister on one of his virtual meetings yesterday. And as much as he would have indicated and published that paving roads in the southern area, more from Oropouche to Point Fortin, that is not really happening. They just digging the road and not paving it. And he mentioned the highway that is almost completed. For 5 years, where OAS left that highway, it has never been improved. It's 1 minute they have one plan, and next week it pass, they're mashing up that plan and having another plan. So probably these supporters on the East-West corridor might very well think that things are happening, but things are not happening. And secondly, what makes the population feel?
You're not seeing evidence of an election gear in the south area. Is that what you're saying?
Hello?
I said you are not seeing an election gear in the southern areas. Is that what you are saying?
No, it is propaganda being perpetrated against the population for who doesn't know. I traverse this Point Fortin road regularly, and it's horrible. The highway is nowhere close to what the Prime Minister is indicating to the population. And what makes the population feel that the maritime police will do better than the Coast Guard? They still need resources. They still need the mentality of the officers.
Well, it's not a matter if they will do better than the Coast Guard. It says reinstating them to work with the Coast Guard.
Okay, well, the thing is, whether they work with or they work by themselves, the borders are porous. For me, I would think that you release one or two of these soldiers along that southwestern peninsula shoreline, and it will be one of the greatest deterrents for those vessels landing there. And whether it's the Coast Guard, whether it's the Maritime Police, whether it's the soldiers, the mentality of these servicemen needs to change, and their pocket needs to be a little shallower. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you for your call, sir. I was speaking about the Moruga seat, and I was indicating that the race to Whitehall, as it has indicated from history would have written the truth. Whichever party holds on to power is the party that wins that Moruga table and seat. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ann.
Hello.
And I heard the Prime Minister take credit for what has been done by the Ministry of Health, by Dr. Roshan Parasram and his team.
Mm-hmm.
He took credit for that. All people from the states called him and asked him, how you all do about this to be so prepared, and is he paying them that educate the people in that area? And I say, wait. Where he from? Where is he from? It is the UNCF open up tertiary education for young people in this country with dollar to dollar. And then Kamala Prasad says, open the gate right to everybody getting free education. What you know, when these people get on a platform and they're talking to people thinking that people everywhere in this country drink Balje juice. That whatever they say, they follow it. Then you keep hearing about the management of this country. You need a strong manager. But okay, Mr. Gentleman, case in point. Right now we have a virus. Hey, you know what? We didn't have no community spread. When you simply said, "Car, stop flying." Minister of National Security, locking the borders. That didn't need any management. That is what Roshan Parasram would have told you to do. Let's talk management. Anduki on the radio station identified 12 vessels parked up in Shagamash with capacity to patrol these borders. She has been singing this song. You know what? Mr. Manager, Mr. Great Manager, Mr. Greatest Manager in the world. You have not been hearing? You haven't been seeing? Benny's coming here now and they have community spread. Roshan Parasram can manage that. He managing the head department. That's going great. You have to manage national security. You are the chair of the National Security Council. You have a Minister of National Security. And we have Benny's landing in this place, like if they live in here. In fact, it have more Benny's landing here at the than fishing boats coming here. And you as the Prime Minister and Chief of National Security talk about management. You manage, you're a great manager. But they come in here in droves, and now we have community spread. And before the election, the amount of people who have this thing, I hope the people of this country judge you as a manager. Because you want to be judged as a manager, you should be judged as a manager. And if you do, well, you might be like what George Chambers saying, 81. Not a damn seat for you. Thank you much.
Thank you very much. Well, we're just 10 days before the general election. Again, I indicated that this poll have showed, though there's an error, a 6% error of margin of error, Winston Gypsy Peters is not very favorable, but the party is, the PNM party, right? The voting intentions of the electorate is relatively high. 73% of the population have indicated that they are likely to vote. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again. First time I listen to your program, and first time I'm calling in on your program, I like to listen to our program and you know, have a nice healthy debate. I like the way you had that. I never hear your program with the one with the vessels and things. I saw you didn't hear it.
Well, you can go back on YouTube on RCLU 975. Look back for the date. It was Friday. I dealt with the issues with the vessels.
All right, I will start.
You will see it live there.
I'd like to adjust something. I would like callers to talk the truth. If you understand what I say, when quoting things where somebody get a contract, you try to correct him and say that is not the point. I'm from Sanford. I'm from South. From after Gulf City, there's Laramie Junction, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Laramie Junction to
past Annan supermarket to go to Orpus Junction, right? All that had west had abandoned that and left. After the street and illegal action that the PNM government took and got back some money, they divided that in different cultures and opened that about, let me say, last year. Opened up the whole stretch from Laramie Junction straight to Orpus Junction. So it have and people say that will open. I mean, you want to have an election, you want the people to come and vote for your party. But you say, yes, UNC had dollar for dollar, but you still have to have a dollar to get a dollar. When Mr. Patrick Marrill comes, he make it efficient, you know. But why should somebody would lie and say that UNC had all just jacket and do the right? And yes, you had dollar for dollar. I remember dollar for dollar, I couldn't afford that. Right now, I part up doing something for my children doing a course, and I have to pay a certain percentage, and the government pay the rest, which is a means test kind of the economy. But people quoting that wrong. If anybody know politics, a prime minister who interfere with Petrotrin and do the right thing and close down Petrotrin is not in love with power. And that is the problem UNC is having with trying to attract independent mind voters. They keep thinking that the UNC cannot win no party if they don't attract independent mind voters. And when they continue to expose lies and people are realizing that they're not on the right track for the Trinidad and Tobago, or they just try and say something real, try and say something that's not regurgitated.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for joining us. And I hope that it wouldn't be the first time that you're calling us. You can continue to call us here. And if you have missed that program on Friday, you can go back on RCL U975 and you will get it there on YouTube. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Al.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Miss Duki.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes. I am just calling to correct a few points.
Go ahead.
I turned on early today and I heard Kamala reading out how much woman. Camille just reading out how much woman Kamala had. But when I look at her on the TV sometimes, I had also call my son and ask him what he doing in a dress, because she was looking just like a man. I couldn't believe that was a woman, you know. Another point again. I was in the market when they hang the 5 men or what sometimes, and the people were saying that it's cow blood. They have draining in the cow. They hang nobody. None. Then they start to condemn Mr. Ramesh Maharaj. They start to condemn him. And after he come out and he mash up the party, he was the best. And I hear the rating, Mr. Bharat, the man with the rice in UNC time.
Vasan Bharat.
That man made trouble in the market with the rice. And now he gone like he turned tail now. They're calling for why they didn't put him in the party. They tell themselves if they put him in the party, he would have mashed up the party for them. Or they weren't able to win. That is all they're studying, to win. They don't care what they do. But all the thing what she's saying about Kamala, all got turned back on her just now. Wait and you're going to see. She's trying her best, you know. All her constituency, she gained them $7,000 something in material to fix the roof. It's now she realized they was hungry and poor. When she wanted to go in there, she called, I don't remember the English that was used, you know. She said she was something like Madam Kali or something, so meaning she didn't have no money. And now she gone in there, she rich and she happy. But I'm waiting on them. I'm just waiting until, if the people go as how they're going, because I don't go nowhere about us, listen all the radio stations. If the people go as how they're going, man, I will able to sing hallelujah for them. Time for them to go. Too much of people see trouble. Kamala thief money, you know. But Kamala look after all poor hungry people. Because if it wasn't for she, I don't know how I would have make out with that $1,000 she give me. They can't tell me nothing about Kamala going down till I dead. And this is the last election I'm going to vote. If she ain't get back there, I done with that. I ain't going to vote. I'll go on myself.
Thank you. 636-7547 227-5739. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again. Tell me something. Where Gypsy born, Mayaro or Moruga? When he fought the election in Mayaro, he said he born in Mayaro. My brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but he never said he born in Moruga, you know.
Well,
the
party. My brothers and sisters, I born in Moruga.
The party appointed him in that seat.
So I really want to know what party born Moruga or he born Mayaro.
You are from Moruga?
Pardon?
Are you from Moruga?
No, I'm from the
Oh.
What happened again? Remember the happy coming on to Point Porter. It's the backdoor plan the government did a piece, right? The extension. Then we have the UNC did a piece. Oh God. Dr. Holy could do a piece too. You feel so?
I'm listening. Go ahead. I'll give my comments after.
Well, I'll listen to other people what they have to say.
Okay, thank you. Going back to the seat of Moruga, right? The PNM leads over the UNC is based on more of a party strength in the constituency, not on the candidate itself. And this is the point that I'm making. People are voting party and not for the candidate. But I am asking our callers and listeners out there, what about the 23% that don't know whether they are voting? What about the 44% unsure? What about those people who are going to capture those voters? Well, it's 4:30. Let us take a short commercial break, and when we come back, much more on Politics 2020.
Following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM only way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the Bali's hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, sign my name, yeah. With a golden anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name with a PNM pen, a PNM pen, a PNM pen. How are you sign my name with a PNM pen? We vote in PNM. Hey, super.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Yeah. socialists, but love capitalists. Don't mention communists, that's suckers for you. But while blacks hating, they ain't seeing this more and more.
This is Caribbean.
They'll be coming.
Like my friends and them
don't
like me. They want police all talking for the things they want me sing about. This government got jail my snout. They want me to sing and say, move the labbas from the highway and have the whole stench installed right inside the heart of Whitehall. But not me, afraid car, afraid car. Afraid he jail me like he jail Rex LaSalle. They want me sing about when bodies died. Kamal Muhammad break down and cry, but afraid, not me. They say a young minister was found in a hotel with a call girl in tongue, but I ain't singing about that. Afraid the sedition act. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. Like my friends, they may consider what happened to Weeks and Granger is when they jail my backside, that they go be satisfied. But I smarter than all of them. The government I won't offend. I rarely can make a jail. The cocoa and split peas will kill my tail. You see why? Afraid car, afraid car. I'm talking about the new Baron of Maraval. They say PNM was nearly wrecked by the secretary and his rubber check. But I'm afraid, I don't know. They say by Salvatore building, Carl tell George Weeks how he mother make him. But I know nothing about that. Afraid the sedition act. No bam bam bam. No bam bam bam. Like me friends, them don't understand why I really afraid that man. You see Bernard and Ernest here. When Carl talk, they have to hear. Government had no money, they say, for last year's public servants back there. No big thing, Carl got on the phone and ordered Kamal to give them a loan. That's why I'm afraid car, afraid car. Cause he eating like curry barbed wire and dal. In the trial, Bruce broke up did so well that he leave me home and live in Hilton Hotel. But I'm afraid. They say Dan Juma, who tried us all this year, still owe Hilton $2,000 for beer. But I keeping out of that. Afraid the sedition act. This is Caribbean Vibes.
Like my friends, them want to retreat, but pushing me in the heat. They say them big boys was small, now they're walking 10 feet tall. Two used to live just like rats, now all over Belmont they're building flats. Another used to sell coconut, now he buy out the whole Queen Street lot. Don't ask me, afraid God, afraid God.
the better village dress designer from Marabal. They say Burroughs is an ace-crime fighter, but also a damn good weed pusher, but afraid. They say government passed the divorce bill so that Eric could get his own at will, but I keeping out of that, afraid the sedition. Jumba, jumba,
Classic there by the mighty Chalk Dust, Afraid Carl, which depicts the state of our nation today with politics in the air, just 10 days away. Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, and again, I forget what to tell you. The gentleman who called and tell you, you see Eric Ryan, whenever you give a mark, take it, eh?
Really?
Yes, 24 play.
Oh my, Queen.
Yeah, when anybody crying is 24, that's play.
Okay,
you know
okay.
that is a capiche, yeah?
All right.
I said, Lord,
next time.
I thought the man was 16, you know?
Yeah, well, you see, I learned something there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. 6367547 2275739. You see how much you learn on this program? You even learn capiche. For those who don't know, that is the local term for a trend in Wewe, local Wewe. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, well, let's say I have about 16,000 insurance and that.
Over that, way over.
Way over, that's right. How many of them got COVID? I just was wondering. How many of them were that? It's just 20,000.
Well, it's not known because if they are coming illegal, we wouldn't know.
So how many nurses are there in Mount Hope and Hoover? How many of them they get sick? How many of them die?
No, go ahead, make your point.
The point is, as a benefit, there's all the practice to Venezuela. Don't you that? So how are you going to go? Don't you that? We're not playing Venezuela. You understand?
Yes, I'm listening.
Listen, don't you that? When COVID, Venezuela comes back, we're coming here. How many of them get sick? So I guess we'll go out there. They'll come and go out and see. So very stupid.
All right, thank you, sir. Have yourself a good evening. 6367547 or 2275739. Do you live in Moruga, Tableland constituency? Call me in, please. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi. The same guy again that I developed system, but as the Moruga Tableland area.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to tell you what I'm going to put over here over the top of Moruga Tableland.
Well, that is the point I've been making, that whichever party wins that seat holds the office in Whitehall.
Okay, well, I just want to give you
not recent, but the trend have shown that.
I just want to give you an idea why the trend will show that, so that you have a better idea why that you feel that, the papers are saying here, that Peters is disliked.
Yes, that's the point I made all along. Although he is disliked, people are favoring the PNM. They are voting for party.
Right, so I want to show you why, right? If you compare the budget from 2010 to 2015, right, and you compare the budget from 2015, when I say budget, you add them up together for each year, right? What the PNM has done in Moruga is, what happened in 2015, the prior government, which is the UNC government, just before election, they paved the road. It's a surface pave, right? What the PNM has done in Moruga has invested, like, from Pitikafe Junction to Marak, contractor who based in Princeton got the contract, which I think was over $250 million to do all the landslip, all the bridges, all the drill from Pitikafe, from Princeton to Marak. So that investment in Moruga, which the people are seeing, that contract might finish in the next 2 years or so, but a lot of bridges in Barak and Moruga was done over. And the point about it, what I'm trying to join his reference is that even though they've got less money, this major investment in the how I should say the doctor things that people want, which was better roads and things. That is why they voted for party and not
the candidate, yes.
Candidate, because that investment is $250 million. And so far from Barak, they have completed, I think, 4 bridges, and the rest of the bridges are under construction. And the roads, I mean, while they're fixing, the roads will be bad because of the regular thing, but the bridges are being done. So if you're driving right now, you'll see that Moruga bridges. So you know what Moruga was better doing. That is what was put over the top. So people in Moruga realize that finally somebody invests money in Moruga. But and when they compare with the 2010, 2015, the amount of money that was able to be spent, that wasn't spent, that is one of the reasons why that they voted for party and not candidate.
Yes, okay. I'm familiar with the Moruga area, sir. I traverse the area often. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome, thank you. The people in Trinidad and Tobago should realize that the important thing with the Rowley government is that there is no corruption. Now, when a government have massive corruption, that will be like a parallel economy. You know, Rowley could say he hardly have money, and with the little money, he did more, and that is because of the complement of no corruption. That is a very important thing, and somebody should let the people know that when you bring corruption, corruption takes away a hospital, it takes away a school, it takes away a police station, it takes away jobs. Understand? So the people mustn't just say, hear what the elderly lady said just now?
Mm-hmm.
As long as Kamala do that and she get a little something, she alright with that. But that is just she alone. And that is only that little she calls. So what about the big ones? What about the highway that went for how much billions? The water project in Sealot that went for how much billions? This money does take away food from the children, take away hospital beds. Thank God Rowley and them have no corruption. That is why they can take that same little bit of money and put it towards helping me to keep down the COVID. So I am going to say, vote for the PNM.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Chris.
Let's talk about corruption.
Mm-hmm.
I know allegations of corruption against Kalmasad Bisesa. I don't know of any corruption against her. But I know of massive corruption in the PNM. From 1956, from right up the road, that PNM stalwarts, Carl Hudson Phillips, A.N.R. Robinson, Sam Richardson, couldn't stomach it no more. Deputy Prime Ministers, Attorney General, couldn't stand it no more. But without corruption, look, this rhetoric about they corrupt, but never have one person been taken to court and convicted for corruption. But the Kairan government sent back money to this country from the O'Halloran estate in Kairan for corruption. Recently you had an interview releasing PNM stalwart, former mayor of Port of Spain. He said it. If Dr. Williams had dealt with Privat and what his name was, O'Halloran, this country would be better off today. The endemic corruption in this country came from the PNM. So you all stop talking corruption and start talking performance. Let's talk performance. What has the PNM done in all the years in office? They talk about Pointisas, they had to put it in Cuba. What man brain? Fine. What else? All the money passed through this country. All the money, 96. That's what make Karen to draw in PNM. So they went to talk, just deal with the facts of life. Let's talk management again. How has this country been managed in the past 5 years? What has been done in the past 5 years that you could say we are managing? Here, we do more with less. We did a lot less with more. So don't tell me we do more with less. And this Moruga situation, You know why Dr. Odi put this high court park in Maruga? Let me tell you something. Maruga swing the votes for Tableland Maruga. UNC has that corporation, and Maruga is part of the Princeton Regional Corporation, under UNC for God knows how long. And they have not been doing what it's supposed to do to keep those people, Dr. Odi saw an opportunity and moving. Because if you're looking at establish this great idea of agriculture and juice and everything else, does Maruga have what it takes to pull that out by itself? Dependent on all the communities, I heard of this, all the agriculture in the south, excuse me, how are you accessing Maruga? Maruga is probably the least accessible part of South Trinidad. So I don't understand from any part
Why
of
do
Trinidad.
you say it's inaccessible?
Right?
Why do you say it's inaccessible?
I'm talking about in terms of other areas of this place. You look at a coastline to start with. If you really want access, put access in a central area. What area that everybody can access easily? For example, right now, let me use this case in point. Port of Spain. Everything to be done in this country is in Port of Spain. You're coming from west, south, east, Port of Spain. One road leads into Port of Spain. If that same situation took place in central Trinidad, and there are people who are going to meet government officers and so coming from north, from east, from west, from south, from wherever, they're coming from different directions, and they're taking different roads to get to the same location. You have an easier access. Let's talk access. But no, we don't have that brain, you know. Right in Grenada, they put the government building in a central location where people access them from any part
Well, that is decentralization of government, but in terms of agriculture, Chris, it will have to be in a remote area.
No.
You can't expect them in the middle of Port of Spain to plant cocoa.
No, I'm not saying Port of Spain. I'm not saying Port of Spain. The whole of Trinidad is not Port of Spain, you know. The whole of Trinidad from Canny come down to Point 14 have a lot of agriculture areas.
But Moruga have been traditionally known for planting cocoa, you know.
That's right, cocoa. But you talk agro-processing, you talk about fruit juices. Where is the land for that? Maruga is fishing and cocoa. I used to go to Maruga every weekend to get fishing Granjimmy and Laloon. So I know Maruga well. I have friends who are teachers in Maruga, principals of schools in Maruga. I traverse Maruga regularly. But I'm telling you, Maruga don't have what it takes as other parts of this island. All that is being done there is politics. To get these people, they spend how much billions of dollars, and I hope to God that it really works out, and we don't use that, we don't end up losing all that amount of money. Because I quite agree with you, cocoa is king. I could call names.
Look, I see Angostura recently launched cocoa bitters.
Yeah, and listen, in Grenada, the cocoa plant is being used to make wine. They use it to do all different types of things. As a matter of fact, if we're talking cocoa, Trinidad cocoa is the highest quality in the world. We know that. Everybody knows that. It's common knowledge. Cadbury of England best in Trinidad. That's why you have the magnificent seven coming to be when cocoa was king. Everybody knows that. But where was that cocoa industry? That cocoa industry was Sangre Grande and Rio Claro. That is why the Trinidad railway system, extending railway from Arima to Sangre Grande to bring cocoa out of Sangre Grande. They built that tunnel through the central range to bring cocoa out of Rio Claro. So if you want to talk cocoa production, go back to basic. Rio Claro and Sangre Grande is the home of cocoa production, not Maruga. It is a cocoa producing area, but it can't stand up to Sangre Grande and Rio Claro. Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts and opinion. On this program, we welcome all thoughts and opinion. Everyone is free to call in 636-7547, 227-5739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
I've been listening to the program with persons who are speaking about corruption.
Yes.
I want to tell you something. When we look at the package held by NGC and the outreach program developed by the last administration in rehabilitation of recreation grounds and so primarily in the Southland, and we look at the price that we pay for them, everyone knew that they were inflated as much as tenfold in getting that job done. They knew that the money spent there did not really and truly reflect what was done. And when the last government lost office, the individual who was the go-between in relation to NGC and all of that committed suicide. That is the legacy of that government in office. They tell me there's only allegations of corruption. Well, there was an imaginary $5-point-something billion spent by EMBD 6 weeks before the last election, and the imaginary roads that they fixed. So it's just imaginary. This is just imagination. It's just imagination that the Attorney General office spent $1.4 billion, and it is imagination again, because you see that wicked British government, they work with the PNM and they cook up and say that somebody who received money in Britain was sending it back, and people got arrested and charged in Trinidad. They are in league with the PNM government in trying to bring down the UNC. Imaginary corruption again. Look, they're really getting me dizzy, you know. $7.2 million. $7.2 million to take a dead fire truck out of a ditch. Who could make a business decision like that? Who could make a business decision like that? How could you accept that? $7.2 million? Chris, if that was your father's company and you go home and tell him, hey, you know, Ram charged me $7.2 million to take the truck out of the drain. You would get such a kick from your father for spending his money like that. So that is not corruption either. Lifeport, Bulletin, no corruption there. What happened is that for Lifeport, the man who was managing Lifeport said, I'm bringing all the thousands of people here to Boldham Stadium. It had 265. Gary Griffith, who was Minister of National Security, then said, I tell you, the rest of them are ghosts. When the man set up to run an educational program for Lifeport, he set up to run the program, and there was nobody in the room because there were no students, there were no persons there. So that is not corruption either. No corruption, no corruption. It's just an imagination, it's just an allegation. Let me tell you something. That same manager has said now that when she gets back into office, you see the money that you have saved in unit trust, and you see the money that your friends were paying all the time in NIB, she's taking that money and she's going to invest it. I given she my money to invest, my unit trust saving, my NIB money I pay. I'm looking for wrong too. Well, let me tell you something. If you want to tell this country that those things were not corruption, put them back in office, then you deserve what you get when you get it. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, callers. 636-7547, 2275739. Seems like that Moruga seat have ticked off some people. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ann.
Yes, welcome.
How are you, lady?
Very well.
You know if Eric was in the West Indies team in England, I make a good spin bowler and they'd win the top. You know that? They'd win the series, you know.
Go ahead, make your point.
Tell Eric. Tell Cockwood, get out of fall business, eh? All right? He have no right in UNC business. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, it's the same way he may say you have no right in PNM's business. It is your democratic right to speak and observe as a voting citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, good afternoon.
I think it's very, very convenient for Eric to come on this radio and say allegations of corruption is corruption. The last time I checked, a man is innocent until proven guilty. The last time I checked, everybody, including PNM stalwarts, have said PNM is about lies, half-truths, and innuendos. Don't believe nothing they say. Performance beat old talk. PNM is baffling you with BS. because they have no billions to offer. And Eric is a BS kingpin. To come on this radio station and talk about NGC and talk, but with Eric, the Twin Towers, why? $17 million to a French firm to clean the Twin Towers, subcontracted for $5 million. You talk about 6 million, 7 million? We talking billions. B, capital B, in this country, out of this country, for 30 years, and this country remain undeveloped. And you come, you have no shame to come and talk on the radio? You have no shame to come to defend that? Listen, I'm not saying there will not be corruption anyway, but when you want to talk corruption, talk PNM, then the whole man. Louis Singh said it. He said the endemic corruption of this country came from the fact that Dr. Williams didn't deal with Privat Haravan. And he, my dear friend, is more PNM than you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's just about top of the hour. Let's take a top of the hour break, and when we come back, our last hour on Politics 2020. We have callers calling in, but we have to take a top of the hour break. Call us back after the commercial break.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975. Music for you, it's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BT Sino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is an invitation to join us on Friday morning, 7:30 in the morning, for a very auspicious occasion in the Islamic calendar. It's the 31st of July 2020. The equivalent in the Islamic calendar is the 10th day of the final month in the Islamic calendar, the month of Zulhijjah. The occasion of Eid al-Adha, Qurbani, the occasion of sacrifice. Join us here on U97.5 FM from the Warrenville Masjid and Islamic Center, Southern Main Road, Warrenville, for the khutbah to be delivered by Maulana Sean Taki. Join us if you can. The khutbah comes to you with the good wishes of our friends at Original Barbecue Hut of South Trinidad and Sheikh Lisha Limited. Assalamu alaikum.
Just about 4 minutes after the top of the hour. Welcome back to Politics 2020. Good afternoon.
Hi, Anne. Good afternoon. You hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. I just want to remind Eric of something. Dr. Oli said, if fish drop out river and see river have alligator, then river have alligator. Well, put that to Carlson Phillips, Anna Robinson, Sam Richardson, and more recently, Louis D. Singh. when they jump out the PM and say, oh God, they corrupt. These men, where they had to be corrupt. When they say they thief out a country, you have to know they thief out a country. And I'm not saying so. They say so. Them is fishers in Van jump out and say the alligator. Thank you.
Thank you. 636-7547 227-5739. The lines kept ringing during the commercial break. You know, I was about to play this song from the Mighty Chalk Dust, Misconceptions, which deals with politicians. And if you wish to call in before I do that, you can call now, 636-7547 or 227-5739. And let us go to the song, and we will return shortly. Miss Indira Sajivan, the political analyst, but she told me she has somebody in the hospital and she will finish by 5, so I will call and see if she can talk.
Yela, Umba. Now that this our Dimash Bra is going live the world over, I'm using this opportunity to erase some false images of we. So all you people listening out there in London, France, Boston, Canada, there are many misconceptions about here. All you just hear, interfere, we are not Trinidad and Tobago, brother. We are not a part of Jamaica. Though we sing reggae, that's not our culture. It's Panamkai, so here, you hear? So when you hear Belafonte and Mr. Poindexter, that is not Kaiso, that is brandy mixed with water. And you don't think that Mighty Sparrow is the only king of Kaiso. There's also Kitchener, the Grand Master of Calypso. Tonight is 11 singers in this ring, but we are not the only ones who could sing. Cause MCC leave out Black Stalin and Kurt Allen. Oh yes, so it's time you know the right things about Trinbago. Allah. Don't worry with all them set a Trini posing in Canada as refugee. That's a misconception they fooling you with, so as to get citizenship. And all them criminals up in Brooklyn is not Trinidadians doing the killing. We don't fight, we don't fuss, and when we cuss, we just say Paul. That's all. We go New York to shop, not to stay. We are not Haitians, we don't run away. This is not Bosnia, where men die like mice. This is paradise. And we have, like England, a female speaker here with some clout. Our female speaker does hold big men and kick them out. And when you see we police marching, don't feel they against Prime Minister Manning. For carnival, them and Manning, lighting and drinking. Abu Bakr stage a coup here, but Abu Bakr we no longer fear. For right now, he in the audience there, sipping a beer. So it's time you know the right things about Trinbago. Alive. Oh, la 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 la. Misconception. Misconception. Calypsonian mighty arrow is he started soca. Oh no, that honor belongs to Rashtrati, a resident of this country. And when you hear Pan on Sesame Street, it's not Bert and Ernie who beat and sweet. That steel band is the creation of our land, not Japan. We are the only country in the world, I say. Government ministers does raise their pay, and as Calypsonians launch their attack, they just give it back. An American say Arsenio Hall is the best comedian, but I say he can't touch the shoes of our Tommy Joseph and Sprang Along. And if you see on our TV a man with his neck under a lady, he's not a starting she, he just dancing the donkey. On the road Clinton goes jogging, I could knock him down, we smarter than him. So my Prime Minister uses a $2 million gym. So it's time you know the right things about Trinidad. I like. Umba, umba, umba. Listen to the gospel. Trinity, they say, always late for work. Another misconception, a silly joke. For when he joins the New York mob, he's the first man upon the job. And Derek Walcott, Nobel Prize winner. It's true he was born in St. Lucia, but it's right here he learned to write his poetry and his short story. You see, and Rastas yet different from Jamaica. They don't commit murder or run mafia. You will find them in Kentucky every evening, murdering fried chicken. So all who watching me, I invite you to TNT. Cause my government ain't have money to advertise my country. So Michael Jackson, please come down here. The misconception of being fair. Come and play mass in reason and get back your color. And there's a misconception, you know, that nobody can beat Sparrow. Well, tonight he will be destroyed by me and Coco. I say, so it's time you know the right things about Trinidad. Allah.
With just 14 minutes after the top of the hour, listeners, welcome back to Politics 2020. That was the mighty Chalk Dust with misconceptions. Misconceptions of a politician. It is the era that we are in now today. I know some of you would enjoy that selection. Tomorrow, being Friday, we will select some more of these oldies political calypso and be playing them. Continue to call in 636-7547 or 227-5739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I wish Monday could have the election.
Monday. So quick.
I really wish Monday could have the election. Between me and you, when you hear some of them contribution going on the road, people then sort of vexed because contract going out left, right, and center. You understand? Corruption, left, right, and center. All I asking for is that ex-colony workers get the land and the euro dollars, let account for the euro dollars. That's all I asking for. Me asking to even show me the road cost 5 million or something. Me asking for that. All I asking is for the people that the ex-colony workers them in Chaguanas West and where.
Throughout Trinidad and Tobago to get what they deserve, yes.
Hold back all your vote until all you get all your land. That is what I'm trying to tell them. Only hold back all your vote. Forget the corruption. Forget who say this. Forget who say that. Forget the next thing. But only hold back all your vote until all you get all your lot of land and the 2 acre plus. All you hold it back. Do not one favor. Let me see how much. In the East-West corridor, I don't think they have any land to give away in the East-West corridor because I think Nafiza supporting Saddam Hussein. And a person going up the highway to that, and I see the hurricane like it blow down one of the signs. So, you know, if there is a sign to come or what to come. But if she supported Saddam Hussein, she has a right to support Saddam Hussein because them always feel that the Muslim vote belong to them. So let us support who they want to support, let us support the Muslim people who they could support. It don't really worry me. And I don't like what you're only doing, man. Last night I listened to that man, and this man saying, we now get a real woman to put her protestant to fight our seat. Later I go on, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. 636-7547 or 227-5739. Good afternoon.
Captain again,
Yes, welcome back.
Roughly how long County issue pending with it?
Hello? County issue have been there since the closure of County 1975 Limited under Manning.
I look at the thing just closer when they get in to the Peter contract. You see the difference? All right.
Okay. 636-7547. Send us also your WhatsApp messages on 378-4975. Good afternoon.
And good afternoon again.
Yes.
Could you imagine a government, they're taking away your only means of sustenance. They close down Petrotrin. Nothing for maybe half of the workers there. And even those who got, after 2 years, you're chipping away at it. It's going to finish. And in addition to that, you have inflicted so much pain and suffering on the people again. You raise the price of gas once. You raise the price of gas twice. People in riot, well, I could raise it again. So you raise it 3 times. And then you laugh at the people. That is the kind of government you want in power, that you have taken away people's livelihood. You have made them hopeless. And you want a government like that in power? People, come on, think about it. If you only take into consideration the closure of Petrotrin and the ripple effect on this country, well, then you'll never want to see PNM in power ever again. Thank you.
Thank you. Listeners and viewers on YouTube on RCLU 975, you can also post your comments there on that site. Hello, good afternoon.
I'm sorry, your number is...
Okay, that person hung up there. Continue to call us in 636-7547, 227-5739. Remember, just after the 6 p.m. newscast is Mukesh Baburam with Talk Your Talk. Hello. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm tired of thinking of them. I'm tired of that.
Okay, so well, that issue with Petrotrin. I know you live around the Marabella area. It have indeed affected over 5,000 to 6,000 families. So it is a key issue. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome, sir.
I enjoy your program and been listening for a while.
Thank you.
I heard Mr. Eric
Mm-hmm.
earlier. My concern is that Dr. Williams and the PNM have been in power for 30 years. Could you imagine having a child who has grown up in your home for 25 of those years. And he was always stealing and being a threat to people in the community and all of that. He never did anything about it. So when he leaves your home, what kind of life would he continue? My point is, the PNM institutionalized corruption in this country, and the nation is still paying for it. I remember they spoke about a guy called O'Halloran and the Concilium Towers in Canada. I know a lady called Jean Miles, and I know her personally. Jean Miles was driven, they killed her. You understand? What about Dr. Johnny B. Owai and Mr. Privat who fled to Panama? I wonder why they fled to Panama. What about a guy called Calder Hart? What about a guy called Uthara Rao? Why
you
do
took
we have
his
to
name
spend,
out of my mouth.
Yes. Why do we have to spend 1.5 billion, 1.2 billion on a stadium in South in Taruba, and not even 2 international matches have been played in that stadium? And I can go on and on. The school that was never open in Beach until the other government came into power, and they said gas was coming out of the line, which was totally untrue.
No, they said it was built for midgets. They said it was built for midgets.
For midgets,
Yes.
and one somewhere Blanchisseuse was built for baboons in the forest or some kind of stupidness like that. You know, you don't do things like that. Look at Cuba. So there's a mentality as well that goes on with the corruption. I don't want to go into Australia with the Damon thing and the visits to Houston and so on by certain people.
So, but don't you think that both parties do that? Either party in power?
I am not saying that the other party wasn't corrupt, you know. I am fed up with the corruption. But when Mr. Eric gives a one-sided view, I have to counter. And I could understand the man who spoke about the cocoa thing and Maruga and Teblan.
And why have an agro-processing industry there?
Yes. And, the agro-processing thing could work, But
it could work because Teblan is the heart of pineapple in the Caribbean.
Pineapple, yes.
In the Caribbean, not just Trinidad.
That's right. But I take that man's point about it being a central facility. There's a problem with access there. I'm not saying there are no roads that take to Maruga, but the kind of production and so on that facility should deal with, you need better access. I thank you very much.
Thank you,
and
sir.
I enjoy your program.
Thank you, sir. Well, I know personally that the chairman of the Pineapple Association have been calling for such a production plant, for the longest while, for probably over 15 years now. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, and I heard us already talk about devaluation
and
how it will affect people. Let me remind people of this country that he's so very right about devaluation. We, in this country, had something called the EC currency. EC dollar,
yes,
which
Euro,
is
yes.
Trinidad and Barbados all over the place here, tied to the pound sterling. And that gave your money value. Anybody will tell you, at that time, with $40, you'll go to the grocery and you will fill your back seat with boxes, with groceries, with $40. The great Dr. Eric Williams decided, you know what? We have to get rid of that. We have to give you that big pay raise, which is what Dr. Eric is saying. You raise the pay, but the money and value. And you devalue it by 50%. 50%. So you go to the grocery today and you pay $20 for a box of groceries, and tomorrow find $40 to pay for the same groceries. And we're talking about, then the value. Remember, the Trinidad currency is floating, and that money does not remain stable. Today you could be paying $6 for a US, and tomorrow you're paying $7. So all this old talk, you see, people in this country, everybody drink Barige juice. So anything the PNM tell you, swallow it. And people like Eric, they are here for that purpose. They are here for the purpose of propaganda, lies, half-truths, innuendos, which is the PNM policy. I wonder who is Eric phone bill. Anyway, I don't wonder. I don't know who is paid with. And it's a good thing a man reads to talk about
Well, Chris, we welcome all calls. I am happy when everyone calls
You know,
him.
I agree.
Yes.
I like hearing him. I like him.
I remain balanced and I listen to all views.
Thinking. The thing about Cali Limited. Cali Limited wasn't just manufacturing sugar. All these recreation grounds in this country were maintained by Cali Limited. River courses, drains were in areas like Debe and Pinal and all these maintained by Cali Limited. Where do you think that money was coming from? The sky? They think that people are working for free. Cali Limited was doing that. When Cali Limited closed, all that went through the window. Where was the plan for local government to pick up the slack? None. So when people talking about Cali Limited was a drain. Drain? Which drain? Wasa is a big drain right now. Every state-run enterprise has been a big drain. Wasa has to be something called CWDA, you know, Central Water Distribution Authority.
Central Water Distribution.
They changed that so that they could have total control. And I am saying to people, I've said this enough times, go back and check 1976 and that constitution and see why the constitution was changed and what happened from then with corruption in this country. That is when ministers ruled this country by executive decree from 1976. You want something, call the minister, no man. If you say you get, you get. If you say you get, you get. Thank you, Bachan.
Thank you very much. 636-7547, 2275739. We say thank you to all the new callers. We had quite a number of new callers today. Welcome on board. Hello, good afternoon.
I remember the Prime Minister recently in the local election jumping up on ball. Let them bring back the money they thief. These are people who know they thief. And 5 years you sit down there and you lock up nobody. You saying bring back the money they thief. The question, what I was going to say just now is, I never hear Eric talk about the Tobago Hospital. If he could confirm what I say, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. That hospital was bid for $100 million to finish. That is when Dr. Rowley gave himself in trouble with the land deed. All they get out of that was a foundation. They bid $99 million, and Embert himself say the winner of the bidder don't have to be the lowest bidder. They didn't give it because it's ish. And then Rowley get himself in that trouble. Manning put an inquiry on him just to break for him, you know. Who had also finished that hospital? If Eric could answer that, he talking about other things all over, whatnot and things. He talk about corruption. Right in Caroni here, the Caroni racetrack. You ever hear anybody talk about that? I ain't hear nobody talk about that. Just before the UNC had left off with the All College Center, they was going to put up the foundation there. Anybody could pass and see it. And there's about a 5-story. I want to believe it's the elevator they don't put up already. Money was done spent and people was working. The same contractor who was doing that, they stopped him and they give him it. Move it across where the vet area was supposed to go. They just move it there. That same contractor was supposed to do Maracas. They stop it until the people started protest. I won't say riot, but protest. They started to protest. And what they do, they just change around a few things. When you go and find out who really spend that money, all this money, and it's taxpayers' money, I agree, taxpayers' money, but it's money that well spent. It's not of people going and have corruption. He shouldn't talk about corruption. PNM handle it. I the same person who called and talk about the raise of gas as a taxi driver.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to ask you and all too. You really believe people not sure who they're going to vote for? People just tell people, yeah, me know, because they don't want to tell somebody. You know, long ago you used to tell people, but I have personal.
But you know, more and more, some people are disenchanted.
Yes, I agree.
And they just fed up
I
of
agree.
either side, and they may not want to vote.
I myself, when you hear people like Eric, you could tell yourself, oh God, it ain't no good UNC at all. But I see for myself, whatever Kamala did, you could go and touch it. Whatever she put plan, remember she had a plan called the medical tourism. You hear she talk about that?
No, I didn't hear. I didn't hear that.
Yes. And all over the country she was doing things for the medical.
But you were speaking about those voters that say they don't want to vote.
Yeah,
Do you know, I am hearing a lot of the young people that they don't care which party comes into power.
You know why? You know why?
Particularly the youth.
Because we grew up in handout. We grew up in handout. And everything that you hear PNM talk about UNC doing, is them who does really do it and want to stick the finger in people's eye and say it's them doing it. But it's them who started all these things. The CPEP. When I drive around this morning, I driving around this morning going down Valencia side. And most 250,000 people I see cutting grass all over the place. If you see where I went, the donkey don't go there anymore, except for myself. And you could see people cutting grass and things there. You understand? I mean, because they had no place to put people again to cut grass. And this is the thing, once you could get a handout in this country, that's why young people do not want to vote. They do not want to vote because you could get out. You see what's going on in America right now? You see when they was given the salary grant, like how they say in Trinidad here. You think people want to go back to work in America? And you could sit down and get a grant? Well, the same thing going on here. So when you talk about all this billions they take out and things, they have no account of that. You could tell me you're going to the grocery, you know you're going to buy rice, flour, water, whatnot, and whatnot. You could just take out money for you go in your bank and take out money and say, all right, I'm going to grocery. No. But the finance minister say, he get up a morning and say, man, I'm going to take out so much a billion. And then you go try to find out where you're going to spend it. The security service was given, that was for anybody, that was any help to anybody, but they have to show where they're spending the money. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. 636-7547. I see other callers were calling on the other line. You can call back now on 227-5739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Duki.
Yes, hello.
Right. Two things I want to talk about. I want to get back my $500 pension that they have for me. Not me alone, I'm sure it's a whole lot of senior citizens. And I understand that some lady, while Mr. Jack was campaigning in his area somewhere on Maloney side of West River, the lady, I think she worked with a CPEP or something, so she hung up Jack because she knew the man campaigning. She got a call that she lost her work, you know.
No, that's not strange.
That
is how the politics is in Trinidad and Tobago.
It is in today's papers. Yeah, so that is what happened to the lady.
But hopefully Mr. Warner will assist her.
Well, I hope so.
Okay, thank you. It's just about 5:31. Let us take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wind up the program.
Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited, 665-3336, or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. Our RS Building, Rosha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM only way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
I have journeyed. Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus, my name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
This is Samaru Ramrup inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
25 minutes before the top of the hour, let's welcome back our callers on Politics 2020. Hello.
Thank you very much, Anne. Now, I am glad the gentleman spoke about the Scarborough Hospital.
Yes.
Because I'm reminded of the Taruba Stadium. David Walker on your program said that stadium was budgeted for just over $300 million. The actual cost was over $1 billion. Over 1,200 million, 900 million more, close to $1 billion more, and we're talking about $7 million for a fire truck. Well, $900 million. For what? For what, Eric? Come talk to me. And talk to me with the 12 boats parked up in Shagamas, and this virus hit Trinidad coming through the South American coastline. Tell me about these things. Don't tell me what stupid is about where you think of a course overrun here and one course overrun that stadium cover all the course overrun the UNC ever had in all the incarnations of the UNC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. 636-7547 227-5739. Mukesh Baburam is making me laugh. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Yes, Eric.
You know, someone opined a while ago on the program that I talk as though there are no good UNC. I'm sorry that I give you that impression. Every time that the PNM is in office, Anne, most of my friends in the UNC come to me and say, Eric, I want to join. And then I counsel them and I say to them, I say, listen to me very carefully. It's all well and good that you want to join the PNM, no problem with that. But if you join the PNM, who will take care of the UNC? I said, you have a duty to stay in the UNC, to let your ideas float to the top, and ensure that the UNC come with a good program for the population. That's the only way you're going to keep the PNM straight, because that is what democracies are about. You need at least two parties where the party have a choice of good governance. So anyone who I believe there's no good UNC, please, I'm sorry I give you an impression. But if persons at the top who you give authority to spend more than $500 million at EMBD, and today they're laughing at you because you're going to vote for them again, well, you look for that. So don't vex with me. And when we talk about the question of devaluation, let me just say this to you. Since 2015, when the PNM got into office, everybody said that the PNM could have not carried on in office without devaluing the dollar. As a result of that, speculators joined the market. A lot of persons and institutions in this country have US dollars hoarded because they've been waiting which year you're going to do it. The minister, you have to devalue the dollar. Now, devaluation for them is a way to enrich them so that they can get things at a lower cost because they have US dollars. That's what devaluation is for them. But they don't study devaluation for the fella who living in Kucharan who have to go and buy a kg of rice for his family, and right now he's paying about $14 for it, and he may end up paying $25 for it. That is no business to them, you know. It is no business to them. And what is of no business to them too is that if you have a devaluation that ends up like Guyana, where they weren't smart enough to print all kind of $10,000 notes, you'd have been using a wheelbarrow of money to go to the shop to buy a loaf of bread. So at the end of the day, they don't study that, you know. They studied what is in it for them. And the leader of the opposition is singing their song. She's dancing to the tune. You ask her, what are the dollar? She said, I would let market forces determine the value of the dollar. So what that means is that she's going to let the dollar go. And when she let the dollar go, whatever happen, the devil take behind most. If you pay $10 for a double, that's your business. At the end of the day, she just let market forces determine the value of the dollar. In an economy like Trinidad, where everything is depressed today, where there are less and less revenue, and the government is less able to defend the dollar. If you devalue the dollar, the speculators enter the market, and the dollar would be just keep going down and down and down and down and down. Remember you were warned, you know. Remember you were warned. The same person who told you that they would let market forces determine the value of the dollar is the same person who tell you that the nice account you have in unit trust, she's going to borrow that money and invest it. It's the same person who tell you that the money in NIB, they're going to use that money too. And you want to know why they tell you they're going to use those money? Because for the harebrained scheme that they have, the IDB will never lend them money. If they went to the IDB for money, first thing the IDB will tell them, listen, clean up your business. We want you to have a revenue collection authority. We want you to have property taxes. We want to make sure that you are running a fiscally tight economy, and you have to show us sound plans for what you're going to borrow the money for. So they don't want to borrow any money in the national market, you know. They want to borrow it internally. They want to take what it have and spend it. Just like how they raked and scraped every cent from NTC, they're going for Unit Trust Corporation, and they're going for the money in NIB. And when they're done, you know what happened? Remember Mamu in Panama? They go and join him. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Have a nice evening, Eric. Let me say thanks to all the callers on WhatsApp, all the texters, those who have texted messages on WhatsApp. I have seen your messages. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Anne. Well, I'm glad Eric brought up that topic. This is what I was saying all the time, that if the country has run the kind of money it had from 2010 to 2015, we will not be talking about devaluation today. We will not be talking about no NIS money. We will not be talking about the next money and the next money, and everything will be running good. But you did not run the country between 2010 and 2015. You run the country like you are athlete, and you was like at your Bolden, and you was like Bolton and fellas. That's how you were running the country. So that you can go back to tell you about that evaluation. And for that, people have to sit down and think. All these supporters have to sit down and think. The valuation, that is what you could talk about the valuation of NIS money and UTC money. No, you are supposed to be touching that if you had run the country at a good rate, and a very good rate, and a good rate from 2010 to 2015, with that 39 seats you have, so the PNM would have been in power, and you would have been talking about the valuation and the rest of money.
Thank you, caller. I just want to revert back to this issue with the COVID-19. Among all the political discussion, caller, could you just hold a second?
Sure.
Yes, I wanted to revert back to this this notice sent out by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Of course, your call would be the last caller. Let me just read this out. This was published on National Geographic website, where parents should determine whether youths are protected enough against the virus, and how parents should weigh in on how readily kids can spread the virus to adults. Tomorrow I will delve some more into this. And as school prepare to reopen in September, parents should determine whether their children should be kept up at home, the impact it would have on them. Hello, good afternoon.
Good topic for tomorrow.
Yes. And it's from a reliable source from the Johns Hopkins University. Yes, my information is reliable.
You're on the ball.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Eric talked about borrowing locally, but correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Dr. Rowley say that we have used up our borrowing potentials locally in the commercial banks? I think I heard him say that. So if you can't get it no more because you extend yourself beyond, where are you going to get it again, Eric? And the next thing, Eric keep talking about the money and the money and the money. Do it more with less. Well, I'll tell you something. If you look at what the UNC has done in its office, you could see where the money was spent. I want Eric to tell me where the money was spent under the PNM. Stop talking about the UNC business now. From now to election, let us talk about what your party has done. I want to know. I want to vote PNM, Eric. Tell me why I should vote PNM. Tell me why I should go and stain my finger for the PNM.
Maybe you should take
what they have done.
Chris, maybe you should take a trip down Moruga. You might find out why.
For 5 years, I'll tell you what we're going to do for the next 5 years. And I could then be swayed. But this thing about fire truck and who? Eric, $900 million in one shot. Brian, I couldn't make a stroke like that. Thank you.
Thank you. That is our last caller. These callers really make me laugh, but I see the lines keep going off, Shiva, like I can't end the show. Let me squeeze in this last call. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You know, I listen to this program here. All I could hear, the gist of it, is this thing they call devaluation.
Yes. And what are your thoughts on that?
People know really, for people like me, what that's going to do to me. Huh? These politicians, all they're talking about, I want to know the amount of money Parachute Trinidad and Tobago. Our dollar should be on par with the US dollar. I don't know. Our big expert that we put in the parliament for every 5 years, what they have in their head, what they're thinking with. Oh, we did this and we did that. Yes. A big project going. It could be done for 5 million. No. Charge 20 million and they adjust up the tender and all kind of stuff. And they thief the rest of the money. The people here who suffer need to get together and put some heavy manners on them. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the point. At that point, we wind up the program now. Remember to wear your mask and keep your social distancing. And if you have missed any part of this program, Shiva will have it on YouTube on RCLU 975. Tomorrow you can join us again from 3 to 6 p.m. on Politics 2020. I am Ann Duki. Have yourself a great afternoon. Mukesh Baburam is up next.
I was in town when men dressing brown used to be hunting down them potholes and locking up them down in Woodbrook inside the pond. I was in town when Baptist and gong couldn't be seen on the morning ground when beef was 25 cents a pound. I was in town. So when they're raising up the price of rice, beef and cow tongue, I already know all of them people on greedy ground. And when they're rolling up old Dasheen Bush to make it